touched the badge, the girl was instantly transported to another world, her body suspended in midair, speeding forward. She told her father about this magical phenomenon, but he didn't believe her at all. He casually snatched the badge and stuffed it into his pocket. Strangely, however, when her father touched the badge, he felt nothing unusual. Casey was extremely curious and began to suspect that she had developed some kind of superpower. Seizing the opportunity while her father was asleep, she secretly took back the badge. The instant she touched it, she found herself once again in that dreamlike world. There were not only futuristic buildings all around, but even the trains were flying through the sky. Everything looked as if it belonged in a dream. As dazzling scenes rushed past her eyes, Casey suddenly felt an increasing resistance against her forward motion. Looking down, she realized that water was already flooding over her feet. In a hurry, she pulled out the badge to check it and found that its energy was running low and it was about to shut down. Only then did she remember she needed to find someone to ask about the badge. But before she could speak to anyone, the badge's energy was completely drained, and she was pulled back into the real world. Not knowing how to recharge the badge, Casey had no choice but to turn to the internet for answers. To her surprise, she actually found some useful information. The badge was originally a piece of space memorabilia, and there was only one souvenir shop still buying and selling such items. Driven by curiosity, Casey immediately set off for the store, determined to uncover the origins of the badge. Fortunately, the store owner did know about it, but under one condition: she had to reveal how she came into possession of the badge. Just as Casey was about to tell the truth, she noticed that the shop owner had pressed a button nearby. She guessed it must be an alarm, and in a panic, she quickly lied that she had simply found the badge by chance, then tried to leave. Unexpectedly, the shop owner and his wife pulled out weapons. However, when Casey saw they were only holding toy guns, she immediately relaxed. But the shop owner, sensing her disdain, promptly fired a shot at the ceiling. In the next second, a large hole was blasted in the roof, and a scorched bird fell onto the counter. Seizing the moment, Casey attempted to escape, but the shop owners weren't about to let her go so easily. After a brief chase, Casey was cornered. At that critical moment, another girl burst in and fought with the shop owners. They were no match for her. In just a few rounds, the girl defeated them, even tearing off one of their heads. It turned out that the shop owner and his wife were robots. The girl quickly stole a car and sped away with Casey. Despite the harrowing escape, Casey didn't fully trust the girl. She waited for the right moment and slammed on the brakes, managing to flee. The girl tried to chase after her, but was struck by an oncoming car. The elderly man in the car quickly got out to check on her, but Casey seized the opportunity to steal his vehicle and drive away at high speed. However, just then, the injured girl suddenly sat up, blinking rapidly, revealing that she too was a robot. Seeing Casey speeding away, the girl immediately gave chase. From the rearview mirror, Casey could see the girl pursuing her at an unbelievable speed, something she had never seen before. While Casey was still stunned, the girl leapt through the air and landed inside the car. She told Casey not to panic. Following her would not only help her avoid being hunted by the other robots, but would also lead her to a futuristic city, because she herself was a recruiter for that city, and the badge was the token she had given Casey as proof. Hearing this, Casey immediately lowered her guard, because going to a futuristic city had always been her dream. And so, Casey officially became a citizen of the future city.